watch Hocus Pocus. At least it's kind of spooky.
Dinah, I told you. I was surprised that will make this the best Halloween night that you have ever spent.
Can someone please light the lantern?
Willie is nervous. We've been in Grandma's attic 1,000 times. Don't get jumpy.
I'm not jumpy. I can't see. Lights, please.
It's okay, Will. I'm doing it now.
Thank you. Do we really not have a flashlight?
Your grandmother only has lanterns and candles. Besides, this lighting is better.
Better for what?
Yeah, cousin, what's this awesome surprise?
I found something today. I was at the library earlier.
Okay, so far this does not make up for no trick-or-treats.
Candy is the only part of Halloween that I like. I brought reinforcements.
That's much win.
Another book, Alvin? I think we should just start looking through all this cool stuff. I bet I can find a book of witch spells. Or a skull! Or maybe a haunted doll. Like in that movie.
Dinah, be quiet. Grandma's asleep and she wouldn't want up in a storm.
Willie, you know Grandma can't hear anything when she takes her hearing aids out. You are just scared. Got any more candy?
Everybody! Let me tell you about this book and how I found it.
Okay, Al. Okay. Tell us. We're listening, right? Will? Dinah?
Yeah, fine.
Dinah?
Yeah, sure.
I had to return some books to the library today. I was waiting at the counter when I saw this strange woman in the main reading room. She was very tall with long white hair. She looked older than old. In fact, for a minute, I thought she might even be a ghost. Her eyes looked solid black, and she smiled at me. Her smile was pointy. No one else in line seemed to notice her. I blinked, and she was gone. This book was on the table. I left the line and looked all around the reading room. She wasn't anywhere. I had the strongest feeling that she wanted me to have this book. I took it to the counter. Mrs. Lehman, the librarian, said it didn't belong to the library and I could keep it.
What is it? It's a book of black magic, right? Wait. How came the town witch lady to choose you? Lucky!
Dinah, you are so weird.
Gee, help yourself. What is it, Al? Who do you think the lady was? Why do you think she wanted you to have the book? Why did Miss Lehman put it in the lost and found?
I don't know. I think she might have really been a ghost.
Oh, brother. There are no ghosts and no witches.
It's stories, a book of stories. Scary ones to be told in the dark.
Now we're talking. What are you waiting for? It's Halloween night. Let's read them.
Come on, Al, you're always telling us stories. Read this one.
Okay, I'll read the first one. But we should take turns. We each read. Deal?
I hate spooky stuff, you guys.
You can do it, Willie. We'll all be right here. We're in. Right, Donna?
My story better be about a witch.
Willie?
I guess so.
This book is to be read in the dark, by the light of a lantern or a flickering candle, maybe deep in the woods by the light of a bonfire. The spirits of the dead wander these pages, and they yearn to come to life. They ache for their stories to be told. Tell the tales out loud and set them free. You are their keeper now.
Alvin! You wrote this yourself. It's a book of your stories. Library ghost, good one.
No, Dinah, it's not. I really saw that woman. It happened just like I said. And now I think we should read the stories. But I don't know why. Should I go first?
I really hate Halloween.
Let's do it. Way to say Halloween, Al.
Persephone and I are ready.
This first story is called Cold as Clay. It happened long ago. A farmer had a daughter for whom he cared for more than anything on earth. She fell in love with a farm hand named Jem. The farmer did not think Jim was good enough for his daughter. To keep them apart, he sent her to live with her uncle on the other side of the country. Soon after she left, Jim got sick and he wasted away and died. Everyone he said he died of a broken heart. The farmer felt so guilty about Jim's death, he could not tell his father what had happened. She continued to think about Jim and the life they might have had together. One night, many weeks later, there was a knock on her uncle's door. When the girl opened the door, Jim was standing there.
Your father asked me to come get you. I came on his best horse.
Is there anything wrong?
I don't know.
She packed a few things and they left. She rode behind him, clinging to his neck.
My head hurts. It ate something terrible.
Well, just Clay. I hope you're not ill.
The daughter wrapped her handkerchief around his head. They traveled so swiftly that in a few hours they reached her father's farm. The girl quickly dismounted and knocked on the door. Her father was startled to see her.
Didn't she send Jim for me?
No, I didn't. She turned to Jim, but he was gone, and so was the horse. They went to the stable to look for them. The horse was there. It was covered with sweat and trembling in fear. Terrified, her father quickly told her the truth about Jim's death. Then he quickly went to see Jim's parents. They decided to open his grave. The body was in its coffin, but around his head, they found the girl's handkerchief. Who's reading next? Stephen? Will?
Not it. Can't we just play Clue or something?
Not a chance, creep. He's done great stories now. Good job.
I didn't write them.
Alright. It was a ghost witch.
Let me see the book. Oh yeah! I think it's my turn now. Are you ready? I want a good audience. The girl who stood on the grave.
I was a teenage monster.
Some boys and girls were at a party one night. There was a graveyard down the street, and they were all talking about how scary it was.
Don't ever sit on a grave after dark.
The inside will grab you and pull you under.
That's not true. It's just a tall tale. I'll give you $1 if you stand on the grave. A grave doesn't scare me. I'll do it right now.
Then stick this knife on the graves. Then we know you were there. The graveyard was filled with shadows and was as quiet as death.
There's nothing to be scared of.
That's what she told herself, but she was scared anyway. She picked out a grave and stood on it. Then, quickly, she bent over and plunged the knife into the grave. Then, she tried to leave, but she couldn't get away. Something was holding her back. She tried a second time to leave, but she couldn't move. She was filled with terror.
Help me! Something has got me!
When she didn't come back, the others went looking for her. They found her body sprawled across the grave. Without realizing it, she had plunged the knife through her skirt. It was only the knife that held her. She had died of fright! That was fun. Maybe this Halloween isn't so bad after all.
I'm dying. I'm actually going to be a ghost. Dinah, don't do that. Tell you what, Will. You tell the next story. Then you can scare us.
You can try, little brother.
I'm younger by 2 minutes, wise guy. Fine, give me the book. I can get this over with. Wait till Martin comes. A young lady was out for a walk. When a storm came up, she looked for a place to take shelter. Soon she came to an old house. She ran up to the porch and knocked on the door, but nobody answered. By now, the rain was pouring down. Thunder was booming and lightning was flashing. So she tried the door. When she found it unlocked, she went inside. Except for a pile of wooden boxes, the house was empty. She broke up some of the boxes and made a fire with them. Then she sat down. It was so warm and cozy that she fell asleep. When she woke up, a black cat was sitting near the fire. It stared at her for a while, then purred. That's a nice cat. When she opened her eyes, there was a second cat in the room. Shall we do it now? No, let's wait till Martin comes. I must be dreaming.
Shall we do it now?
No, let's wait till Martin comes. The young lady jumped up and started. When Martin comes, you tell him I couldn't wait. That was actually kind of funny. I'm glad I got that story.
All right, Stephen, your turn.
All right, Willie, hand it off.
You better take this seriously, Stephen. I want to be scared.
I will take this very seriously. Don't worry. Ooh, this sounds scary, Willie. The hook.
Oh, good grief.
Donald and Sarah went to the movies. Then they went for a ride in Donald's car. They parked up on a hill at the edge of town. From there, they could see the lights up and down the valley. Donald turned on the radio and found some music.
Choo-choo train, Chuck-Chuggin at the station. Choo-choo train, conductor pull the car. Choo-choo.
But an announcer broke in with the news bulletin.
Interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
A non-murderer has escaped from the state prison.
He is armed with a knife and was last seen heading south on foot.
The man is missing his left hand.
In this place, this man wears a hook.
Let's roll up the windows and lock the doors.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The prison isn't too far away. Maybe we should go home.
But it's only 10 o'clock.
I don't care what time it is. I want to go home.
He's not going to crawl all the way up here. If he did, all the doors are locked. How's he going to get in?
Donald, we could take that hook and break through a window and open a door.
Fine, risk it or something.
Do you hear that? Somebody's trying to get in.
Oh, sure.
They roared away, and soon they got to Sarah's house. Donald went around to her side of the car to let her out, and hanging on the door handle was a hook!
Okay, we all read a story. We can go downstairs now, right?
I thought something would happen. I was sure of it.
Sure, Al.
The door's stuck. I can't get it open.
What was that? What was that? Grandma!
Was it Grandma? Barricade the door! She can't get in if we block the way. Willie, help me with this trunk. Oh, Dinah, help me lift this thing.
What are we supposed to do now? We blocked the only exit.
I don't know, but it's better than just sitting here.
Grandma's downstairs. That thing could get her.
I didn't hear you give any better ideas.
There's no escape. If we want to get out of here, we've got to finish the stories. Come on, everybody, let's sit around the lantern and begin again. Dinah, I think it's your turn.
Fine, hand me that crazy thing. The drum. Once two sisters. Dolores was 7 and Sandra was 5. They lived in a small country with their mother and baby brother. One day, Dolores and Sandra were running across the field and saw a young fortune teller playing a drum. Dolores and Sandra had never seen such a drum, and they begged the girl to give it to them.
You have such a beautiful drum. I adore the skeleton. Please give it a turn with the drum. We'll give you anything for it.
Yes,
please.
But the fortune teller looked at them and laughed.
I will give it to you, but only if you are really bad. Come back tomorrow and tell me how bad you are, and I will see.
As soon as the two sisters got home, they started shouting, which was against the rules in their house. They were all over the walls with their crayons. At supper, they spilled their food, and when it was time for bed, they wouldn't go. They did everything they could to upset their mother.
If you do not stop, I will go away and take Arthur with me. You will get a new mother with a glass eye and a wooden tail.
That scared Dolores and Sandra. They loved their mother and they loved Arthur. They couldn't imagine being without them, and they began to cry.
I do not want to leave you, but unless you change your behavior, I will have to leave.
We'll be good. We promise. We'll be good once we get that drum.
Early the next morning, Dolores and Sandra hurried off to find the fortune teller.
We were really bad yesterday. We wrote on the walls and shouted and spilled our food, and we wouldn't go to bed when asked. So please give us the drum.
But the fortune teller only laughed.
Oh, must be much worse than that if I am to give you the drum.
As soon as Dolores and Sandra got home, they pulled up all the flowers in their garden. They let the pigs out and chased them away. They tore their clothes and then they sloshed in the mud.
We are much worse than yesterday.
Their mother was beside herself.
I warned you. I will go away and take Arthur with me. You will get a new mother with a glass eye and a wooden tail. Unless you are good, I will have to leave.
We'll be good, Mother. We promise.
Yet they didn't really believe their mother would go away.
She's just trying to scare us. We'll get the drum tomorrow and we'll be good again.
Early the next morning, they rushed off to find the fortune teller. When they found her, she was playing the drum.
We were really bad yesterday. In fact, we were much worse than before. We pulled flowers, left the pig loose, tore our clothes, and made a mess in the mud. So please give us the drum. Oh, you must be much worse than that. But we promised your mother we'd be good from now on. If you really want the drum, you must be much worse. Only for one more day. Then we'll have the drum. I hope you're in it.
As soon as they got home, they ate the dog's food. They broke the dishes. They tore their clothes to pieces, and then they spanked their baby brother Arthur. Their mother began to cry.
You're not keeping your promise.
We will be good. We promise.
I can't wait much longer. I will go away and take Arthur with me. You will get a new mother with a glass eye and a wooden tail.
But the girls still didn't believe their mother.
This will be the last time we are rotten. We will get that drum and be good from now on.
Early the next morning, before their mother was awake, Dolores and Sandra ran to see the fortune teller.
We were horrid, worse than we have ever been. We ate dog food, broke dishes, shredded our clothes. We even spanked our baby brother and made our mother cry. Can we have the drum now? Please? game that we are playing. I thought you knew that. Oh well, goodbye.
And the fortune teller was gone.
Hey, Kay, we did such horrible, horrible things. We must hurry home to apologize to Mother and Arthur.
The girls rushed home as quickly as they could, but their mother and Arthur were gone.
They're out shopping. They'll be home soon.
But they were still not back when time for lunch came.
Let's go play outside. Maybe they'll be home when we get back.
Dolores and Sandra felt lonely and scared. They wandered through the fields for the rest of the day. When they got home, they saw through the window that the lamps were lit, and there was a fire in the fireplace. But they did not see their mother and Arthur. Instead was their new mother, her glass eye glistening and her wooden tail thumping on the floor. Quick! Who's next? It sounds like she's getting closer.
I'll go! Cemetery soup. On her way home from the market, an old woman took a shortcut through the cemetery. There, sticking up out of the ground, she saw a big bone. She picked it up and looked it over carefully.
This will make a very good soup bone. I shall take it home. It is perfect weather for hot soup.
When she got home, the first thing she did was start into the soup. Into the big soup pot went water, carrots, green beans, corn, barley, potato, a snitch of beef, some salt and pepper, and the bone. She brought it all to a boil, then brought it down to a simmer.
Yum! I can hardly wait till supper.
Suddenly, she heard a small voice.
Please give me back my bone.
The woman paid no attention. Soon, she heard the voice again.
May I have my bone back?
Again, she didn't take any notice. In a little while, the voice spoke up once more. It was beginning to sound angry.
Give me back my bone!
The woman kept ignoring it.
Some people are too impatient.
Once more, the voice spoke. Now it sounded very angry and was so loud that the whole house shook.
I want my bone back!
The woman reached into the pot, grabbed the bone, threw it out the window, and in a voice just as loud, she shouted,
Take it!
It was an eerie silence. Then the woman heard footsteps scurrying away from the house, down the road, toward the cemetery. And she served herself some soup. I think she liked that one.
There's 2 stories left. Looks like it's down to me and you, Will.
Will? Just a prank. It's not real. Just Grandma being silly. Just a prank. It's just a prank.
Will! Will!
Will's not out of it.
All this. Enough is enough. When will this joke end? It's not funny anymore.
I told you it's real. If you want it to end, we've got to finish the stories. Now there's 2 stories left. Do you want to read the next one, or shall I?
Fine. If I call this stupid prank, I'll do it. This is why I hate Halloween. Footsteps. Liz was doing her homework at the dining room table. Her younger sister Sarah was asleep upstairs. Their mother was out but expected back any minute. Hello, Mama. steps coming down the stairs into the living room. Then into the kitchen. The door between the kitchen and the dining room slowly began to open. Get out! Liz ran to the window to see who it was living in the house. There was no one in sight. Okay, I've done my part. Now someone give me my candy.
We've reached the final story. The attic. There were once 4 children on Halloween night. They were caught in a horrible storm and decided to take shelter in their grandmother's attic.
Wait, what?
Alvin, is that really what it says?
In the attic, there was a giant steamer trunk, a dress form wearing clothes, a coat rack hanging with hats, and an ancient table and chairs.
This is the worst Halloween ever. It's my favorite day of the year and it's ruined by a stupid storm. And now the power is out. We can't even watch Hocus Pocus. This is kind of spooky.
Dinah, I told you. I have a surprise that will make this the best Halloween night that you have ever spent.
Can someone please light the lantern?
You've been in Grandma's attic 1,000 times. Don't get jumpy.
I'm not jumpy. I can't see. Lights, please.
It's okay, Will. I'm doing it now.
Alvin, stop it. This isn't funny.
Alvin, this is getting too real. Maybe you should stop.
The children began to explore the attic, finding all sorts of treasures. Then one of the boys carefully sat down and called the others around him. Out of his bag, he pulled out a large, old book bound in leather.
Everybody, let me tell you about this book and how I found it.
The boy told his friends about a ghostly woman in the library who gave him the book. He told them that they should read the stories inside. This book was important, powerful, and full of magic.
Finish on the stairs.
The boy can feel the book's powers, but the others do not believe him. They think it's a joke.
Finish at the door.
But the boy knows what they must do. So he gathers his friends around and they begin to read.
Finish in the attic.
This book is to be read in the dark, by the light of a lantern or a flickering candle, maybe deep in the woods by the light of a bonfire. The spirits of the dead wander these pages, and they yearn to come to life. They ache for their stories to be told. Tell the tales out loud and set them free. You are their keeper now.